What is going on, everybody? My name is Nathan ELEMENTofFROST, and welcome back to yet another prediction video for this week's upcoming episode of The Walking Dead. Everybody, this will be The Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 8, which is unfortunately the mid-season finale, but this is entitled Start to Finish. Okay, everybody, so mid-season finale of The Walking Dead. That is right, guys. That means we are taking a break after this episode all the way until February. So it's about a 3-month break, give or take. Anyway, shit's gonna be tough, man. Shit is gonna be tough. But it looks like we have an episode to go out on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one hell of an episode. It's building up to be one hell of a show. And I cannot wait for it. Hopefully you guys are going to be tuning in as well. But as always, guys, my reviews and predictions and everything like that, they do contain spoilers. It's pretty hard to predict an upcoming episode of The Walking Dead without spoiling a few things from before. So if you're not caught up to Season 6, Episode 7, entitled Heads Up, that aired last Sunday, make sure that you go catch up to it, guys. Go watch. I mean, it's not that hard, you know what I'm saying? Spoiler alert. There you guys go. If you guys continue to watch, it is on you. As always, we're going to start off with the synopsis of the episode and then move on to what I think is maybe going to happen and then kind of analyze the promo and the sneak peek that we actually do have here. So, as always, the synopsis starts as follows. For the mid-season finale of The Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 8, start to finish, this is on AMC.com if you guys want to check it out yourself. Links will be down in the description to the promo, the sneak peek, everything like that. I'll try to remember to leave a link down in the description to the AMC.com site page of the episode. Anyway, start to finish synopsis is literally very, very short. This is what it says. Multiple problems crash together. That is it. That's all. That's all they got for us, guys. They don't want to spoil too much in a synopsis, you know, a little written synopsis. They don't want to, you know, give any major details about it or anything like that, which I totally understand and I'm totally cool with. But one thing that you could sort of take from that alone, that synopsis, multiple problems crash together. Now, multiple problems. What could that mean? Could that mean wolves and the walkers? Obviously, we seen at the end of last episode, Heads Up, we seen that the guard tower or watchtower, whatever you guys want to call it, crashed down from the outside of the walls into the inside of the walls and took down an entire portion of the wall of Alexandria. So now we know there's a hole in the walls of Alexandria, guys. That means walkers are going to be flooding in. And, yeah, that can get pretty dangerous pretty quickly on The Walking Dead, guys. It really can. That means their shelter, their home, is now being invaded by the dead. So within those walls now, guys, that means that the walkers and like the outside of those walls and in the inside of those walls, they're basically the same place now. You know what I'm saying? We no longer have a sanctuary or anything like that. Obviously, they can hold up in houses and stuff like that and, you know, try to clear them out as much as they can, which, you know, if it goes anything according to the comic book, spoiler alert again, but that's exactly what they will be doing, which I'm pretty excited to see. I really am. But anyway, multiple problems crash together. Now, when we say multiple problems, is it saying multiple as in there's so many walkers in there, you know, there's multiple walkers, that's what they're crashing together with, you know what I'm saying? Or could that mean they're being attacked by the walkers and maybe at the same time, you know, the wolves or the saviors, if you will, maybe the new group of the saviors that we actually don't know exist yet totally, but we have seen some hints at it and stuff like that. Maybe they see like a window of opportunity in the fact that this place is maybe a little weak now. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything could really happen. The wolves could come back, they could attack. I'm not even sure if there's any wolves left, because the ones that left Alexandria that Morgan let go, obviously Rick killed back in the RV in, I believe, episode 3, which was Thank You. So yeah, other than that, we don't really know what else multiple problems crash together means. All we know that it's going to be a clusterfuck of an episode. Now, I don't think, unfortunately, it's not a 90-minute episode, so that's sort of unfortunate. I was kind of expecting it to be a 90-minute episode, but we can definitely assume that the season finale, which will be out in, I don't know, March, for the love of God, will probably be about 90 minutes, if I had to assume correctly. I would hope so, honestly. I would really hope so. So far in the first half of season 6, guys, we've had 2 90-minute episodes. The premiere being one, and then episode 4, which was Here's Not Here. That was also a 90-minute episode, but obviously that was on Morgan, which was why it was a 90-minute episode. We had to get more time, hinting at the fact, where he was between season 3 and season 6 and stuff like that. So anyway, other than that, multiple problems crashed together. We don't know really what else that could mean, other than the fact that they're just getting swarmed by walkers, and obviously the people of Alexandria are probably shitting themselves. Maybe Rosita's classes will come in handy. Maybe they'll, start learning how to use machetes on actual walkers instead of cutting grass with it, stuff like that. I hope that most of them survive, you know what I mean? I hope we don't see I have a feeling we're going to see, a lot of deaths in this episode. But that lot of deaths is probably going to be from just certain survivors of Alexandria. You know what I'm saying? Like people that we don't really care about too much now. Yeah. Other than that, there's not really much else to go on for the synopsis. Like I said, if you guys want to go read it yourself, I will try to find a way to remember to leave a link down in the description below. So definitely check that description for the links. Anyway, as well, I forgot to tell everybody, happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys out there in America and everything like that, and anywhere else in the world that actually celebrates Thanksgiving in November, this day, November 26th. Happy Thanksgiving to you all, guys, really. Up here in Canada, personally, I already had mine back in October. That's when we celebrate it, and is back in October. But for those of you that are in America and other places in the world that celebrate it this time of year, happy Thanksgiving to you. Anyway, moving on to the episode. I just wanted to throw that out there before I forgot. Because if I went on with the rest of this, I would, I'd probably forget about that and then not say it at the end. So just want to get that out of the way. Anywho, moving on to the promo, guys. The promo looks fucking insane. And there's not even that much action in it, you know what I'm saying? We see the walkers breaking through the wall, or not really breaking through, more or less walking through, because, the wall's already down. But we see the walkers breaking through the wall and swarming the town, basically. And we see people looking like they just got up from the little accident that happened at the end of last episode. Obviously, something could have landed on some people. I believe his name is Tobin, I believe is what his name is here in the show, Tobin. I know he was a character in the comic book as well. I'm just, it's kind of confusing. I haven't learned all the characters' names yet in the TV show. I know there's a Tobin in the comic book. But like I said, I haven't really put their names to their faces and stuff, you know what I mean? Because obviously they look different than a digitally drawn image on a comic book page in black and white, to be fair. It's not really hard. It's not too hard to distinguish them. There are some features and stuff like that, but they can't get characters and actors to look exactly like they do. But amazingly, they do a pretty good job at it. They really do. But anyway, Tobin, it looks like he might be somewhat injured. It looks like he has a little blood on his head. And Michonne and everybody, they pick basically him up off the ground. Rick sort of scatters back in the promo. Really sick music playing in the background as well. Really, really intense. And it just has constant flashes of walkers and stuff like that entering the grounds of Alexandria. Michonne's it looks like some of them barricaded themselves in some houses and stuff like that. Michonne looks all ready with her sword. She just looks ready to go to town, and I cannot wait for this episode, guys. This horde looks fucking huge. It looks insane. Now, whether or not what we're going to see with Ron and Carl, obviously we've seen something developing at the end of last episode with Ron and Carl. Ron was sort of following Carl with a gun, behind his back and stuff like that. I have a feeling that the walkers crashing down might have postponed what Ron was going to do, but I don't know exactly. I know exactly what Ron's going to do, but I'm not going to spoil it or anything like that, because it's going to be a pretty big part of the episode, and I cannot wait for it, because I've read the comic books. Hopefully you guys have too. If not, then you guys do not know what I'm talking about, and I definitely recommend you read the comic books, the graphic novels, whatever you guys want to call them. They're very, very good, very, very intense, and they bring sort of a new story element to The Walking Dead as a series whole. And it's really, really great. It really is, you know what I'm saying? So definitely make sure you guys check out the comic books. But all I can say about Carl and Ron is make sure you keep a close eye on them next episode. It might not even be next episode. It might even be episode 9, which I'm assuming that they're going to call No Way Out, I believe. I personally believe that's what they're going to call No Way Out. Now, whether or not I'm right, I guess we'll have to see. You know what I'm saying? I wish they would call it No Way Out. I think that would be pretty cool. But like I said, there's not really any way to see what they're going to call the next episode and stuff like that. They haven't released any info on it or anything like that. But anyway, if it goes to plan, basically Volume 14, which is sort of where they are in the story right now, Volume 14 is entitled No Way Out. That's where they're getting the title name from. And that's where it's sort of similar to where the series is right now in the TV show as a whole. That's kind of where the timeline, sort of goes. Anyway, yeah, No Way Out. Hopefully that's the next episode. It's obviously not this episode. This one's called Start to Finish, so I hope next one is. It'd be kind of cool to see that sort of a comic reference again in the title of an episode. I think that'd be very, very cool. But anyway, that was the promo, guys. Looks very, very intense. Again, Carol and Morgan, obviously, they're developing something as well. Carol obviously is very, very suspicious of Morgan, and her finally finding out that, he's holding somebody in that prison cell. She still doesn't know who it is, but I have a feeling that she's going to find out. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to be, evading her. That information is not going to be evading her for too much longer. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen there. I don't really have any predictions. All I could really predict, just from a standpoint, is that she's going to find out and most likely kill him. And that's going to break down a huge fight, most likely, between Morgan and Carol. Whether or not it's going to be a physical fight, I guess we'll have to just wait and find out. I feel like that's going to be sort of postponed and put on the back burner to the fact that Alexandria is getting swarmed by a horde of walkers, but I guess we will see. The sneak peek, guys, again, link will be in the description if you guys want to check it out. The sneak peek seems to focus things a little bit more peaceful. Probably not too much more peaceful, but for the time being, this sneak peek looks a little more peaceful. This one actually focuses on Enid, or Enid, I think it's Enid, or Enid. Fuck, I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Enid. But anyway, it focuses on her and Glenn outside the walls. Obviously, Glenn trying to find a way to basically get inside. Him basically trying to convince Enid to live. She's basically points out, this is how it happens. This is how it always happens. He basically says, there's people in there, people that care about you. My pregnant wife, for starters, basically. He brings a bunch of things up. Obviously, us getting to know that he finally knows that his wife is pregnant for sure. We sort of already assumed, or at least I did, because that's why I think he told Maggie to stay behind when they were originally going out in episode 1 to basically, lead the herd of walkers away from the quarry and stuff like that. So that's what I was kind of assuming, that he sort of already knew. But we didn't really know. Obviously, him just coming back from the dead last episode. Again, spoilers. So, yeah, I think it's going to be pretty intense. He's trying to convince Enid, or Enid, whatever you guys want to call her, to basically help him get back inside the walls and then obviously fend off. We got to keep those walls standing, stuff like that. And it looks like she's sort of starting to break down and understand that. You know what I'm saying? Especially after he brought up his pregnant wife, that being obviously Maggie. I fucking hope so. But anyway, he goes off into the distance, sort of looks to start on his way to Alexandria's gates. And he basically says, if you don't want to come, you're free to go. I'm not holding you here against your will. You're free to go. But that's how you lose people even after they're gone. So that basically means, that's how you lose them. That's how you abandon people. That's how you lose them even after they died. You know what I'm saying? If someone's died, if you do something like that, you're going to lose all the respect that person once had for you, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, that was a sneak peek. Not going to go into great detail. Obviously, promo is only 30 seconds long. Sneak peek's only like 50 seconds long, roughly. If you guys want to check them out, links will be in the description below as well. Again, like I said, I can't stress how many times I have to say that in this video, but I will put the links down in the description below. But that is pretty much it for the prediction video, guys. I have nothing really else to go on. Hopefully this episode will be fucking insane. It'll end us off in 2015. We'll pick it back up in 2016, which I'm very, very excited for. We'll be back with Season 6, Episode 9 on February the 14th, which is Valentine's Day, for all of you guys that are wondering. But anyway, Valentine's Day, like I said, The Walking Dead comes back. And it's going to be Season 6, Episode 9. I hope it's going to be called No Way Out. I think that would be very, very cool to sort of get that title from a comic book again, like we have in the past, like Made to Suffer and This Sorrowful Life. Days Gone By, obviously being the beginning episode, stuff like that. I think it'll be very, very cool to finally have that again. And like one episode we can't forget was Too Far Gone, and that was Season 4, Episode 8. Which was definitely insane and definitely lived up to the hype of the comic book. Obviously, that's when the governor attacked the prison yet again with the tank. That all developed into everything that started Terminus and, stuff like that. Basically, that is pretty much it for now. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, feel free to hit the video with a like, share it with your friends. Tell me in the comment section below what else you guys think is going to happen in this week's upcoming episode of The Walking Dead. As I said before, this is Season 6, Episode 8, entitled Start to Finish. This is the mid-season finale. Hopefully you guys will be tuning in. I sure as hell will. Let's have a little mini discussion in the comment section below if you guys want to, what you think is going to happen, stuff like that. And that is pretty much it for now. So I'll see you guys on the next one. And yeah, bye for now, guys.